Hey, Bears fans, there's some Roquan Smith contract rumors circulating on the internet, so stay tuned. We'll break that down here in just a few moments. But I'm starting a new movement here on Bears Now. I want to get to 50,000 subscribers by the start of training camp, which dates have not been revealed, but typically it's in late July when things get kicked off, so just over 2 months away. And we are just over 2,000 subs away from reaching 50K. Can we get there? That is my challenge to all of you. Hit that sub button if you want more Chicago Bears news and rumors, and help us reach our goal here at Bears Now. You're watching Bears Now by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham. Hope everybody is having a great Wednesday. I know I am. Roquan Smith extension rumors are resurfacing, if you will, after ESPN's Jeremy Fowler dropped a report on ESPN.com and kind of talked about a bunch of guys who could be up for contract extension very soon. Of course, Roquan would be one of those guys, as he is currently entering the final year of his rookie contract. He's been at offseason workouts, so he's been doing the right stuff, showing up when, a lot of guys would skip voluntary workouts. But new regime, he understands that he's got to prove himself to Ryan Poles, Matt Eberflus, this new staff, and, show that he is a leader on this football team, which I think it's very clear that he is one. As of now, he would be a free agent next year in 2023. Of course, the Bears could franchise tag him, or what more likely will be the case, sign him to a contract extension before this year even begins. And quite frankly, that's what I believe will happen. I think the Chicago Bears will prioritize Roquan now that things have slowed down a bit. The draft is done. That, first few waves of free agency are done. Obviously, the Bears are going to monitor free agents, but they can really start to focus on Roquan Smith, maybe a David Montgomery if they want to do that as well. I'm less confident that will happen, at least at this point in time. I think the next major move for the Bears and for Ryan Poles is to get an extension done for Roquan Smith. So will Roquan be on a new contract, sign an extension before week 1 of the season in September? Type Y for yes, type N for no. This will be the pinned comment on today's video. So if you get hit with the YouTube ad break, scroll on down, answer this question. Okay, here's what Jeremy Fowler had to say in his article. Quote, expect talks between the Bears and Smith to heat up sometime this summer. Even other Bears players close to free agency believe Smith is the priority for Chicago and new GM Ryan Poles. With the top of the linebacker market approaching $20 million annually, Smith should push that number. He doesn't have an agent and will essentially negotiate on his own behalf, but he showed up to offseason workouts as a sign of good faith. Make no mistake, Roquan Smith could get $20 million per year on a new contract. Now, maybe he would settle for something like $18 million, considering it is a new regime. He is a leader of the team, but I don't expect some major hometown discount for Roquan Smith. You look at what the market has dictated, the best guys make $19 million. That's Fred Warner and Darius Leonard. They're between $19 and $20 million. C.J. Mosley had that crazy deal a few years ago, has had some injuries. Obviously, that one has not worked out. Zach Cunningham, Deion Jones have been a little bit better than Mosley, but obviously Warner and Leonard are in their own stratosphere, and I would put Roquan Smith right there along with those guys, along with the two guys in Tampa as well, who could get some new deals as well. Roquan Smith is a top 3, top 5 off-ball linebacker. Some would argue he's the best with his versatility to cover and come downhill in the run game. He's going to get a lot of money. It would not be out of bounds for him to try and get $20 million per year. Maybe he settles for 18 or 19, but he's a really good player. There is not a huge gap between him and a guy like Fred Warner. Will Roquan get $20 million per year? Place a little over-under type of bet. Type O for over $20 million. Type U for under. You can type P for push if you think it's going to be right at $20 million. I'll guess under, but I think it's going to be like 19. He's going to get a lot of money. This isn't going to be, where he settles for 15 or something like that. Roquan Smith will get the bag because he deserves it at the end of the day. Let us know, O for over or type U for under. Now, if you want Justin Fields jerseys, so we'll talk about Justin Fields in a moment, go ahead and rep him by ordering one today. These Navy Fields 1 jerseys are just $99.99 right now with our partner Fanatics. We got a link for you guys to go check this out. chatsports.com/FieldsJersey. That link will be in the comments. It'll be in the description of this video. Rep QB1 today. And yes, he's QB1, unlike Andy Dalton last year with that garbage tweet. chatsports.com/FieldsJersey. That link will be in the comments. It'll be in the description. Go ahead and pick one up. Okay, speaking of the quarterback, Lucas Patrick, his new center, has hyped him up after a couple of OTA practices. Bears are off today, but they'll be back on the practice field tomorrow. At the end of yesterday's practice, Lucas Patrick spoke with the media, and by the way, he already sounds like a leader of this football team, just a hard-nosed player. Here's what he had to say about his quarterback. He's fast. He can get moving pretty quick. He's a fun guy, likes to have the juice and energy, live arm like it keeps getting faster in the air, talking about the velocity there. Couldn't have a better start for a working relationship. I thought he was going to be good, and he is exceeding my expectations. And don't take my word for it with that quote. Go listen to him. You can find his little press conference on YouTube, on Twitter. It's everywhere. You can go listen to little clips of Lucas Patrick. There's no BS. Listen to him talk. He's not sugarcoating anything. Like, Lucas Patrick is an old school type of guy. Like, he's not going to fake anything. He believes what he says, and he says what he believes. So, look, it's another player or a coach hyping up Justin Fields yet again. This is either one of two things. One, Justin Fields is impressing everybody at Halas Hall, or two, this is quite the PR setup from the Bears franchise. Say, hey, everyone, when you get a chance, tell the world how great our quarterback is, because no one is saying anything bad about the guy. The only one who is the national media, who's taking guesses at what the Bears and what Fields are going to be this year, and they have no idea. So I think that the belief in this quarterback is real within Halas Hall. Now it's up to this team and this quarterback to prove it moving forward. Do you believe in Justin Fields? Type B for believe. Type D for don't. I know you're watching Saying Ray Kim. I know you're going to type Bustin' Fields in the chat, but I'm a believer. I'm typing my B. If you don't agree with me, type D for don't. Look, nothing is guaranteed, especially with young quarterbacks, and Justin Fields hasn't proven much. I thought he did some good things last year, showed off some deep ball accuracy with some bad circumstances, but he's got a lot to prove, and nothing is given. But I think he's the real deal. He's got the talent. He's got the charisma to be the face of a franchise. He's got the work ethic, most importantly. I mean, how many guys continue to say first in the building, last in the league, no one works harder? Andrew Janocko, the quarterback coach, we finally heard from him. He said no one in the building, coach or player, outworks this guy. Again, this is either a great PR move from the Bears or he puts his head down and he works. I think it's the latter. I guess we'll find out. Time will tell at the end of the day, but everyone that talks about this guy within this franchise has nothing but glowing things to say about him. He knows he's the starter. I think he's more comfortable being that guy, whereas last year when the Bears all offseason long told the world that Andy Dalton was their guy, I don't think Fields could, really assert himself because he would be overstepping his bounds. Now, he knows he's that guy. His teammates feel that. The coaches feel that. They see the work he puts in. They see the leadership he shows on display from a day-to-day basis at Halas Hall. I mean, you've got photos leaking of him, late at night on his couch, studying, tablet film and stuff like that. I'm sure you guys saw that photo go around. So I'm bullish on the guy. I think he's going to be great, and, he's got to prove it, but I think there's a lot of reasons to be optimistic about Justin Fields. If he fails, it won't be for a lack of trying. That fake narrative that came out before the draft of, I think Orlovsky pushed this one. I hear he's the last one in the building, first to leave. There's no evidence that's been the case whatsoever in the NFL. I don't know what happened at Ohio State, if there's any truth to that. I don't think there was. And if there was, you know what? It's probably because he was better than everybody else, which he proved at the college level, but I still don't think that was the case. The work has never been a problem for him. If you want to support Justin Fields, and you made it this far in the video, type JF1 in the comments. Spam it. You can type it more than once. We're having kind of a comments challenge here at Chat Sports this month, and we're actually second among all the channels here at Chat Sports. So, hey, I'd like to get to that number one spot. Type JF1 in the comments if you want to support Justin Fields. All right, that's going to do it for today's episode of Chicago Bears Now. I appreciate you guys for tuning in today. We'll have more videos to come throughout the week here on the channel, so be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications. It's youtube.com/Bears Now. Don't miss any of our coverage, whether it's here on YouTube or also over on Rumble, youtube.com/Bears Now, rumble.com/Bears Now for daily Chicago Bears videos here on this channel. I'm Harrison Graham. Appreciate producer Sam Brown for producing this show. We'll see you guys very soon here on Bears Now.